How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the corner. I am the DM as always, and today we got some more Path of Exile. Now, yesterday I played a little bit more, not too much. I went and I'll just pull up the map real quick. You can see where all I've been to. I've gotten up to here. So yesterday on the video we did all of this. It took like 3 or so hours to get all of this done. Then after that, I went back here. I cleared this place out. I went down here to clear this out. I fought the King in the Mists here. This guy, he was actually pretty challenging. Not gonna lie. And then I went and I think I just grabbed the waypoint here, and that was pretty much it. So it was really just like this area and this area that I completed off camera. We got a little bit more spirit, which I am going to dump into maybe another arsonist, honestly. I can't get a sniper because that is 65 spirit. I could technically oh, it's probably in my stash. I do have a warrior gem right here, a level 2, but I got me this bad boy, which it grants me the level 4 skeletal warrior. Gives him 30% increased damage and 2.9 life regen. So I'm just going to get me another skeletal arsonist because these guys are nuts. Let me fucking tell you, these guys are insanely powerful. I also picked up an Orb of the Storms. Not gonna lie, not sure how much I'm gonna actually use it. Just because it only places it directly in front of you. And I don't have any way of like sort of forcing them to stay there. I don't have like any kind of roots or anything. So I might try and incorporate some like cold damage to get some like chill in, right? And to like slow them down. Not sure. I might end up just dropping it completely. We'll see. Oh, I also killed there was this guy, the Crowbell. He was a part of the Dryadic rituals, I think, somewhere in the hunting grounds. But I killed him, got a few more passive points. So we now have this, which makes my minions regenerate 15% faster, which is pretty nice. And then I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get that, going to be honest, just because it's only 10%, so we'll see. I'm going to have to go in here and sort of look where I want to go to next. So I'm actually going to do that real quick, and then we will get on with the video. Alright, so I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here, because this gives me some more revive speed, as well as elemental resistances, life, and some area effect for my minions. Then I want to come up to like here. Probably I might grab this. It depends on what kind of amulets I can get. Oh. I think I was just standing still for too long. I think that's what that was. Yeah, it depends on what kind of amulets I can get and what kind of bonuses it can have. Hang on. Alright, I don't know what happened. Because no matter what I did, like I didn't lose internet or anything. I don't know. Right, so as I was saying, type in minion again. So I'm going to grab these, and I'm eventually probably going to come over here to get these, because these give a lot of extra things. Like this gives me some health when they do revive, get some minion accuracy and whatnot, but primarily I want to get up here. The reason I want to get up here is because of all of these health nodes and these two right here, right? But before we get there, where is it? There's another node tree in here somewhere. Right here. So I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to come up here and grab these, because these give like 40% resistances to my minions to all elements, as well as some physical damage reduction. And some extra health, and then recoup health as life, or damage as life. So I want to get those, and then I'll probably come over here after I come up here and grab all these. Like I was saying, this will, whether or not I take that will kind of depend on what kind of amulets I get. I don't have any amulet at the moment, so, you know, we will have to wait and see on that one. But yeah.
Death and decay.
Okay, I also have some bleeding on my Unearth now, just to give me a little bit of extra damage on it. It doesn't. I don't know how really like useful it is, so to say. But it's a little bit of extra damage overall, so it's not. It's not like it's hampering me or anything like that. So. I don't necessarily mind. What I will say is my my contagion is extremely potent once it starts to get spread and everything, because it can do a lot of damage. Like, you let this thing spread like 4 or 5 times, and it just starts to melt things. It's pretty insane. And then, also, the fact that my unearthed minions can also spread it, can like have it and then spread it as well, is pretty insane. Yeah, I saw you, Mr. Scarecrow. You ain't sneaky. I already have a greater, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, it's kind of insane for me that my minions that I bring up with Unearth can actually spread it.
Rise.
Oh, I can't kill the chicken. That was the very first thought I had. I saw him, I'm like, oh, I want to kill that guy. But yeah. Also, these Unearthed minions are actually like pretty juicy. You get a pretty good grouping of them and whatnot, and they start to really just kind of pile on the damage. So, one thing I will say, however, about Contagion is there are times where the like, I'll have a minion targeted or an enemy targeted, and I'll hit Contagion, and it will go on a minion like it'll go like 2 or 3 minions over and hit and apply to them instead. Don't know why. I'm definitely going to submit a feedback on that, but yeah. Ooh, I got my first rune. Now, I did get armor before that had a rune slot on it, but it did not really appeal to me personally. This is worse. That's unfortunate. That has a whole bunch of extra energy shield. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I had armor that did have that on it, but unfortunately, the armor itself, I can't remember if maybe I just couldn't wear it. Like, see right there, I was targeting this guy, but I went on this guy instead. Oh, already got another rune. Okay. Very nice. And so I ended up disenchanting it. That was just a personal preference, a personal taste of mine.
Death and decay.
So. Yeah, I'm loving these skeletal arsonists. They are very powerful indeed. Very much something I'm probably going to invest some more into. Probably give them, like, added fire damage, since they're already doing so much fire damage with their bombs and everything. Can I destroy these? No. 0 out of 10, GGG. What the fuck? Why can't I explode the pumpkins? Let me destroy the pumpkins! I'm legitimately going to submit that as feedback. let me destroy the pumpkins. So, I'm probably going to be cutting out a lot of this, admittedly. But for me personally, so right now, you can see up in right here, it says monster level 12, and I'm only level 13. I've been clearing out every single map. I've been exploring the entire thing, killing every enemy, and doing everything I can in every single map that I come across. And I'm not really that much higher level than the map itself for progression. In Path of Exile 1, for example, you could very easily just kind of walk through the game, only killing things that are directly in front of you, and your level will outpace the map. By the time you get to like the level 50 areas, you will be like level 55, almost 60, right? Here, I don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe when we get to like the super late game maps that are like level 70 and whatnot, I might start getting to like level 75, right? But I honestly don't think I'll even get to that. I think maybe I'll be like level 72, right? Maybe a little bit higher, you know, like maybe just hitting level 73. But overall, like the XP ratio that you're gaining is very, very tightly tuned. And I very much appreciate that. I love that a lot more than just being able to completely outpace the level of the areas and whatnot. Because I'm going to be honest, the leveling process in Path of Exile 1 is kind of bad as a result, right? Because like the levels don't really, or the areas themselves don't really matter, because you can just out-level them and outpace them so easily. And you will outpace them even if you just kind of ran through the areas and didn't actually stop to kill everything like I normally did. But if you did stop to kill everything, you would very, very quickly outpace the entire area. You would, let me see here, support gym. What can we get for a chain? Sporting skills have +1 limit, less effect duration, more skill effect duration. So like if you were to do it the way I did it and just kind of clear out all the areas like I'm doing here, by the time you get to like a level 50 area, you'll be almost level 60. It was pretty insane. So the fact that they've more tightly tuned it and made it far better, in my opinion, anyways, for it, I think that's just a really good thing. Now, so I also got this. This is a persistent effect that just happens. Like it's just always there, and it actually. I don't really know how good it is, I'm going to be honest. I haven't noticed it at all. But, so regenerate life per second. I'm going to do regenerate life per second. I think that's going to be pretty good, honestly. I got it down here. But yeah, so I'm just, I'm saying all that to say that I really like how tightly tuned the XP for PoE 2 is. It's just, it makes the game feel so much better. Oh, this is Una's home. I think we have, yeah, her loot. There we go.
Ah, the girls' loot. But dear me, what a desperately boring home.
I love the little comments and whatnot that everyone makes. I am hitting that critical mass point with these arsonists now, where I can just kind of let my minions do their thing, and for the most part, they're pretty effective at just killing anything that shows up. Which is pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. I like having that build up towards it. I'm not quite there yet, there's still some more. There are still times where I need to actually do stuff. But okay, so that's the village. We're not gonna go in there yet. I don't want to. As I said, I am just exploring everything, every part of every map, because I want to know. I want to see everything that this game has to offer, and the only way you're going to do that is by killing everything going through the entire map. So, my next gym will probably be towards that. Oh, a crop circle. Surely nothing bad will happen here.
None can oppose me.
Stoic Scepter. Uncut Skill Gem. Hey, speaking of skill gems. Put this one into Unearth. Fantastic. Let's see. This is worse, unfortunately. Mostly because it doesn't have the level 4 Skeletal Warrior. But let's see. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. We'll put it over this one and just get more fire resistance. Almost capped. Now, I think I said this in the last one, but they did say that you shouldn't need to cap your resistances in the campaign. But I'm going to cap them anyways, because I like not dying. So, I'm going to do that anyways. Oh, another thing I'll say, because part of the reason why I went with Necromancer first, or with Witch first, to make my minion build, is because I wanted to compare it to how Path of Exile 1 minions were. And I can say the Path of Exile 2 minions are way smarter. In PoE 1, in order to get them to really, like, go after enemies, you had to use the gem Feeding Frenzy, which made them aggressive. In air quotes. That's basically, it sets like their AI. There was one for defensive, which I think was called Meat Shield or something like that, which just made them more tightly hug you and kind of defend you. But now they just kind of go forward and are aggressive, and I love that. It makes them feel a lot more responsive. It makes them feel like you're actually commanding them. Ooh. That's weird. Probably just because I'm loading. Yeah. Alright, one second.
This corner is ablaze.
Alright, we're done loading and everything. Can't remember.
You found my loot.
Sure did.
I can't quite believe my eyes. This feels like having a small part of my family back again. I cannot thank you enough. I think I shall begin by composing a song about you.
Oh.
In the meantime, I would be happy to play for you, if you like.
I would love it. This is even better. Getting 2 skill points, that is amazing. I just want to check to be sure. Yeah, then I'll get some intelligence there.
Sorry, I was just elsewhere.
They actually have the Song of the Siren out on their YouTube channel. It's really good.
This shade is a curious one. It is quite odd to have a blue-eyed shadow in the camp watching us. But things truly have been taking a turn for the better since you freed him. Some of the folk here consider his presence a sign of good luck. Though I wonder if it is actually you that brings us these better fortunes.
Alright, Song of the Siren.
This one always makes me weep.
Song of the Siren.
It is good to... Ah.
Game?
It is good to see you. Izaro the wise. Izaro the mad.
Game? Hello?
Yes?
Okay. Remember, early access, there are going to be bugs. Looks like there are some bugs with the music.
Ah, yes.
Oh, this is good. So, one thing I wanted to look at was, like, what all it gives you. And it does give you, like, what their actual elemental resistances currently are, as well as, like, all their armor and everything. An entire breakdown of everything. 73%. This is amazing. I didn't actually look at this until now, and I'm really glad that it actually does have all this information. Because that's something that was missing in PoE 1, is the ability to really see that kind of stuff. So I'm very glad that,
Sorry, I was...
can't put this on any of that. I can't put it on Unearth, but then Unearth has a big old cooldown.
The village has been destroyed, and madness has already reached a boiling point in the minds of the Count's men. You must infiltrate the manor and put a stop to this by any means necessary. The fate that befell Ogden Village is only a single raindrop in the storm that is coming.
Aye, aye, Mr. Hooded Man. Oh, we got some more lore.
The boundless horrors of mishandled corruption cannot be conveyed simply through words. I only hope that you can find and contain the seed before it is too late. The Count accosted me and stole a very dangerous object. A seed that I have kept hidden from humanity. Somehow he knew that I possessed it. He cannot possibly know how dangerous it is. His attempts to harness its power will court disaster.
Here's the thing. I think he does.
At the very least, those who are still sane may be convinced to aid in containing the seed.
Here's the thing. I think he does know the dangers of the seed and has intentionally ignored those dangers for personal power. For like more power on his end.
Corruption once had a purpose. Let us term it a disorganizer of what would otherwise be order. One consequence of this chaos is the warping of pathways, both through the woods and in the mind.
Okay.
The land so afflicted is never the same when trod upon a second time. Men afflicted by corruption know not where or when they are, only that they are in pain. And you appear as a horrible creature to their distorted senses.
But it once had a purpose. It was once used with intent. And not just for power like we see the Count. Okay.
All children have imaginary
Interesting.
friends. Most grow out of that phase.
I
A
didn't.
rare few refuse to let go, creating real from unreal through sheer stubbornness. Gods born of man certainly exist, but did the gigantic red tiger named Farul actually run the plains of the primordial world? There is no way to know. Will the world end if she and her savage ilk return? The answer, I imagine, is up to those who would stand and fight on that day. Be glad that today is not that day. As far as I know.
I'd be one of those. I'd be one of those that stood up against it. Interesting, though. Interesting.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, thank you.
House. Renly's house. They had real places to live. I was always so envious, but I guess they're like me now. Vagabonds. Vagrants. Well, it begs the question. Is this home now? You've caught me at a moment of sappiness, hero. My apologies.
Hey, never apologize. Don't be sorry for that. Don't ever be sorry for that. Okay, we as humans, this is a natural human thing to do. Never, don't be sorry about getting all sappy. Like, it's a feeling of connection that you can share, right, in these kind of times, right? So Finn never had a home, but these two did, and now they no longer have a home. And like Finn said, that pretty much makes them just like him now, a vagabond, a vagrant, right? And by the way, that's not necessarily something that is bad, right? A vagabond or a vagrant. I'm gonna pull up the definition of this real quick, and show you. So a vagabond, all right, is just a person who moves from place to place without a permanent home and often without a regular means of support, right? So, and then vagrant. A vagrant is just one who wanders from place to place without permanent home or means of livelihood, right? So, I know, especially nowadays, these terms, not a lot of people actually know what they mean. But it's not, these are not bad terms. They're just describing effectively a wanderer. Someone who just wanders the land hoping to find a place of meaning. And it's like, you know, it's, I can understand that.
Those glowing blue eyes make it hard to sleep at night. I'd wear something over my face to block out the glare, but silly me, I left my sleeping veil back at my palace.
He doesn't have a palace, by the way. Which means he doesn't have one.
Oh, that Finn's a bad influence. No daughter of mine will consort with such a type. We should have the village guards give him a good beating just to teach him a lesson.
Though
Oi.
I suppose nursing a grudge is foolish, given they're likely all dead now.
Yeah. Oh, those are some really pretty wings. These ones right here, that's really pretty. I just, every time I see all these other people with cosmetics, it makes me really sad. Because I have cosmetics that I would love to use, but for some reason they're not available. I don't know why. It makes me very upset.
This hooded one is here on your honor. Don't take this as a threat, but it's your head if he turns out to be as evil as he looks.
Hey, no worries. I understand perfectly.
Tread as heavily as you like. The Eternals stomped their graves all over ours when they had a conqueror's foothold here. Now if those graves have turned up and released their dead, take our vengeance on them.
Oh, I already did.
Some even say, when the night is darkest, our ancestors still fight theirs among the tombs. And I don't doubt it. A true Esamite never surrenders their land, not even in death.
Well, their souls were also trapped. We learned that their souls, the Eternals, specifically the One Witch, trapped their souls, trapped their souls with like some kind of magic, so that they could never know peace, that they could never pass on or anything. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they're like super fucking pissed about that.
I've had a few things go missing around the forge when Finn was nearby, but I can't begrudge the lad. His father refused to acknowledge him, so he was left clanless at an early age. Underneath that boastful exterior, there's just, well, I'm sure it's obvious, even to strangers. His mother was a kind and honest woman. Shame he doesn't take after her.
I don't know about that. From what I've gathered of him, like, he has a good heart. He means well. I think he does take after his mother. I think he just takes after his father a little bit more. Because, well, I mean, it is human nature to focus on the negative of things. And that's why whenever something bad happens, we tend to remember that far more and far more easily than we remember the good things. Which is why when you do remember the good things, it's important to hold on to that. Because it is natural for us to not do that. It is natural for us to focus on the negative because evolutionarily speaking, it served us better when we lived out in the wild and there were a lot of dangers. It served us better to remember where like predators and whatnot were when those negative things, where those negative things were and where places those things were associated with, right?
A curse has befallen this land. That's what Una feels. That's what I say too. The beasts of Ogham have been friendly to men until a shadow started oozing out of the manor. These rabid and misshapen animals are not to blame. They've been driven mad by something we can't see, only feel in our bones. Last time I felt something like this, I was a much younger man. The girl's a shining light in a time of darkness. If it weren't for her music, well, I don't know what I'd do. Every time I listen to her songs, I know I have to try harder to defend this place. Any fear and excuses be damned.